Must be only at 3-1, and Liquid are at 2-1, and then Liquid are at 3-0. And in this game, FaZe won their last map, which puts them at 2-1, and that's one draw, I believe.
Yes, versus MIBR.
Yeah, just the draw versus MIBR.
So
And Navi lost,
but 2-0-1.
Right.
Right.
Yes. Just to clarify, exactly. We are back on Overpass. And this should be pretty interesting. It's a much better opponent, but FaZe looked fantastic on Overpass. I'm looking forward to seeing if that can carry over into this game.
We've got FaZe Clan sitting pretty on the CT side. It was their T side versus Cloud9 that was immaculate. Beautiful standard setups, defaults aplenty, good variation once they met some challenges, but through and through, really just a map all of their own. Guardian was the standout player in my mind. I believe he started the game as 9-0 with 1 kill per round. So just doing his job thoroughly. Not being that rock star, but being the solid pillar to set up the T side. Now finding himself on the back foot. He'll fall off of bathrooms, having met a lot of bodies, and he is still very much alone. This is what we saw in the pistol versus Cloud9 too. Just solo Guardian A with a big old 4-man stack on the opposite side of the map, where they'll still stand. Finally starting to come backwards. Returning to their spawn as Guardian looks for a second, but only gets himself 1 kill before Navi take the bomb site. Bomb planted for bathrooms. Nico on the long flank just gives him the one-tap dirt nap flamey put down. And Simple, well, he's ready to drop this totem pole. The 2-player boost. Oh, but he goes to aim upwards. Normally you'd just take the man at the bottom. Nico gonna get executed as well, and this is Navi just getting some easy after plant frags, despite there being a player on the defuse though. That's certainly gonna spell disaster. FaZe, smoke and stick to win the opening pistol.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, FaZe been pretty good on the pistols. Here's a round where it's no exception. And I think I tweeted out that Navi were 2-1, but they actually 1-2. So they won their singular match versus MIBR yesterday, and then they lost to Liquid and Strawless. No shame in that most of the time, but there's not many matches to play at this event, so this is going to be absolutely pivotal for them. But this is almost more importantly a map where FaZe could reasonably think about finals, a team that we thought was maybe in third place contention for that second place spot, but now with Astralis having dropped the map and Liquid on top, there's a whole lot more parity, and yeah, it's really good that these two teams are going going up against each other. And yeah, this is seriously an important map for both teams. The previous round, again, a good pistol from FaZe. Navi will buy up. They've got the AK on Simple. Always good to see an AK in his hands.
Yep.
I did like Maniac's rationale for why they give Simple worse guns, just so that everybody's on the same level, because he can have a worse gun and be as good as other players on the team. But then you put a gun in his hand. I think on the T side, though, you put a gun in his hand and he gets 2 entries and he has the highest chance of doing that. Then he can drop guns for his teammates by killing them and taking them from CTs. And that's also a very good strategy. Zeus has a couple of pieces of utility. He's got the smoke and the flash. Simple looking to make his way out to B. There's Zeus behind him, again, with that flash, so potentially going to flash him into short after this Molotov.
It's very interesting. I mean, normally when you see, an AK purchased up in the second round force, it's for that like 2 AK and everybody with Kevlar, but Edward still has plenty of money saved. It is very much just the Simple show this time. So let's see what he can do. He's going to get his teammate to go for the flash, but Olaf gets past it just 1 second sooner. Zeus left to come try and pick up the pieces, but that AK will be happily drawn back into the bomb site. Olaf with a kill and a gift to work with.
There was a particular timing there where Simple needed to get flashed out. Olaf also met him halfway. Very nice shot from him. It seemed like Simple almost had it lined up. If one more bullet came out of the gun, it seemed like maybe he goes ahead and gets that kill. But we don't live in that reality. Instead, we live in one very close to that one. Electronic will be looking to even things up, however. They do have a 4-4 situation. Zeus on the UMT, still got his smoke in hand.
I like this little bit. Okay. Hell of a drive-by from Zeus. Guardian will Trade back onto Flamey, and then tries to get even more aggressive. And I was just about to praise that. You know, this aggression from the CTs, moving into the bathrooms, denying the setup of Na'Vi. Now, Na'Vi do get the bomb site and even find the time to go back for bomb, but it has allowed Adrian to get himself into position. This is a fantastic flank and an easy spray down to deny that initial plant. Now, Electronic's going to try his hand, and he will be given the chance. He's planted on top of Truck, and his back now exposed. Adrian doing a great job of finding those bomb planters turned.
It's cool that Adrian wasn't too shy. He didn't waste any time when the bomb went down, just got up nice and close, and that put the timing in Electronic's head awry, and that allowed the 2v1 to end swiftly. They keep the guns, they upgrade, they got an AK now and an M4. Solid round from Faze. It came close, a really randy headshot from Zeus all the way from the outside of bathrooms, but that's pretty much all a Na'Vi will get from it outside of the bomb plant and those kills. So now they've got enough money to buy again, and this was a good flash to at least displace Simple's aim, even though it seemed like he dealt with it well. Like, he turned back, he got some damage in, he almost got the headshot. It was important the flash went over for Olaf's peak, or you would think, you know, UMP just straight up loses that, and Simple knows how close that was. So overall, a round that could have turned on his head, but didn't. Guardian now was so good last game. The head peak comes out. Simple's going to be very careful about this shot. At one point in time, Simple touted Guardian as the one offer in the world that he respected. I don't know how much that's changed. We saw from last game, he's still very much in form. So Olaf, again, a second push here on the short. Zeus catches him on the fallback. An unlikely trade, but a necessary one.
Nicely done. Nicely done indeed. Doesn't want to get too tunnel vision trying that a follow-up time. You know the possibility of a monster push is there, especially with Guardian's op floating. Almost cuts his toes off. Guardian's going to take substantial damage back. Zeus the same. They have 1 health the difference, but right now it's Rain to get aggressive in mid. And we had just seen FaZe Clan do this in the previous round, disrupting Na'Vi's setup in the bathrooms. How much further is Rain going to decide to go here? Because he is very much alone for the moment.
That's tough. He's got to fight for some information and stuff like that, but Edward is so close. Rain seems fully unprepared for the thought of a long push, though. He could get caught out of position, and the spray's a little labored, but Edward gets the kill. They smoke out all of the choke points now. They can move into the site and fall back into bathrooms. The CTs can do nothing but save. And a round where FaZe have no idea it's going to be A. They have no idea it's even going to be A potentially, right? There's no one in a half rotate situation. Yep. There's no one in heaven. There's no one. This Rain's not alarming them by any means. He just sees nothing. He hears nothing. So Na'Vi do a good job cutting noise completely, moving in total silence, like a real G moves in lasagna.
Like a what?
Just unpack that one for a second.
Okay.
They get on the site. There's no chance there for Rain to even get himself in a better position to at least get 1 kill. And at least FaZe get to save the guns. They're very important. I mean, it's 2 AKs and an AWP. So about as good of guns that you can save on the CT side. Little bits of utility. Guardian doing a fantastic job, or at least putting in fantastic effort. But a solid round overall from Na'Vi. So a default goes successfully for them. FaZe, we didn't see much of their CT side last game, so this will be interesting because, you know, I mean, it was so quick for them. They won the game so handedly versus Cloud9. We didn't have to see it, but maybe this time around we'll see if they can not only have a good CT side as well, but match up to a better team like Na'Vi. So now Simple looking for that boost that Guardian was going for in the last round. Guardian overstaying his welcome in the Molotov, and nobody's going to be undisciplined and peek into him.
Which is a good start. They're also going to hold down short control with this boost by Graffiti. Guardian opening kill does find Flamey. Can retreat back from the top of stairs, but his teammate on A has actually left. Rain very wary of the potential long A push, which is fair. It's something that cost him in the previous round. That's where Edward got him from. But we have Guardian isolated and alone. Nice off position from Electronic. Goes in further for the kill to Adren, and could now just barrel into the B site. But that flank is open. At any point, Guardian could swing open doors, and he decides to go upwards instead. Being spotted, but not dealt with. He's not going to shy away at all.
That's so smart. I mean, this is a huge risk by him, but he's just calling out that the op is spotted, that a player may have backed up, or that he's gone to bathrooms, but he's going to try to cut him off the pass. They realize they're down a man. He's got to make a play. Definitely like this from Guardian, and he safely gets back to site. He was in no man's land in stairs. And they get that next trade finally on Electronic, who does such a fantastic job getting those 2 kills on short.
They've crept and crawled their way to the site yet again, but both players, oh man, both players possibly caught off. Op connects, Rain as well on the ump. There you have it. The final opper is known. Give it a second chance, Simple is. And he's not flanked, but very wary of it. Doesn't have the bomb, so can't pull some kind of last-minute redirection. This is it. He's going to have to save his op.
Look how important Guardian's play is, right? After, in the 4v3 situation, making it all the way back to A site, getting spotted at top bathrooms, but not getting scared. Then coming around the bathrooms, getting in position to help Rain out. Rain gets caught off guard once again, so Na'Vi cutting noise almost results in them getting up to the A site, but instead, Guardian gets the opening duel after Rain takes a peek and takes some damage. And then there's no chance for Na'Vi to win. Would have been much scarier at that point for Guardian to come up the stairs and then op them from behind because they know where he was. And there's no way he can flank through. Opening the door is not safe because they lost 2 players trying to reclaim short. So he made the very best play possible. Real credit there to Guardian, honestly, just positionally, let alone with the shots he hit. Now, FaZe Clan are up 3-1 rounds. Simple will go out to fight this peak once again. And there will be nades from both sides. Guardian wins his duel versus what some would call his little brother in some senses, especially on the AWP, and it's a pure op duel. They know exactly what they were both getting into in that moment. There were no flashes to assist. They just straight up out-opt him in that situation. And we'll see if he can continue his impact. Again, if you guys missed it versus Cloud9, Guardian was not missing a shot. An absolute magnet with the op.
Yeah, straight aggression. Good fallbacks as well mixed in, so no surprise to see him retreat towards A. He will be aggressing on long with that flashbang, but it doesn't draw Electronic's attention away. He tries to clear corner and falls for it. Guardian trades back, though. Zeus hasn't been found. Instead, he's going to try and truck forward with bomb, but he's dropped it. Can't manage the duel versus Nico. Pushes Flamey into the 1v4. Nico happy to fight, but it's going to cost him his life. And there is that omnipresent threat of a flank from Connector. Flamey knows it. Turns his back and dies, though. 4-1 for FaZe Clan. Na'Vi getting boxed in bathrooms once more.
They're getting bullied. This is sick, man. FaZe look awesome right now. I'm honestly shocked. They are firing on all cylinders individualistically with the team play. Olaf in particular, a guy, again, who's come under fire recently for his performances, has been doing well with his short pushes. He's 2 for 3 pushes at the moment on shorts. The third time was the most drastic, but they still won the round. So again, this tag team between him and Guardian on different parts of the map has been working out flawlessly, and we'll see if that can continue. In fact, this round will be one where they get to fight up against Pistol so they can make even more money and really just bring this lead into a dramatically substantial scoreline difference. So tag team at Monster. Strong spots here for a Monster rush, obviously, and the player's been spotted and baited into Adrian.
Yep, good job by Olaf. Pulls him in, hook, line, and sinker. We've already got Nico back flank through T-spawn. Bomb does have a chance, actually, to get itself onto the A site. If Simple can just deagle Rain, then he's good to make the sprint. Hoping, of course, that a CT comes downwards. Nico's going to buy his time, but he's spotted. Oh, Nico almost flubs it. Now Simple's activated, and Rain puts him down. 5-1.
Cuts him off at the pass. Lots of information there on side of B. They know the one route back up to the A side is through the stairs. So he just sits there, holds the angle. Not much else to do. If they come the long way, maybe he dies, but they're also much farther away, so he can potentially adjust. FaZe go up 5-1. Really nice anti-eco overall. The buys are in. I don't know if we have enough money for the op. Nope. In fact, it's just a Nova for Simple. Oh my god. On the T side. Okay. I imagine he's going stairs.
We saw Novas coming out of Na'Vi yesterday on Inferno, most notably. And I still have to say, I understand it's the cheapest of the shotgun options outside of the negligible sawed-off. But the XM1014, because the Nova, when it does pump damage, it normally sits around like, 15-20 health off the mark. And it's the rate of fire that can really cost you. Whereas if you get that noob tube in position,
I'm with you. Yeah.
Just start putting those shells out. You're good. But alas, we'll see if it comes into effect here. Right now, it's the M4 of Nico getting himself just one. The rifles of Na'Vi bouncing back as well. They've got these entries well. Olaf hiding in the water, falls to the sidearm. CZ better than the Nova. Unless you hit the headshot. Dude. That was the difference when Flamey had it yesterday, when Edward had it yesterday.
There was a chance there. One was spotted. Bomb goes down. It's a 1v1. I think he knows where the other player is as well. Edward's going to flash heaven. He's going to fall back to the side after he gets the bomb. Guardian's going to try not to waste time. He's moving into CT spawn. This is an intense 1v1. Honestly, you could see how this could be just a 50-50 on the flick.
If Edward backs up at any moment.
Damn, Guardian's in a safe spot. He's playing it so carefully. He's got his cap crouched up.
Great
Oh,
as the
get the op
unscopes.
shot in. Guardian misses Edward misses a ton of shots there. Opportunity to hit it in, but as you mentioned, no scope.
Just as he unscopes. I was going to say, the Nova, when it was disappointing us yesterday, it's always the body shots. But Simple gets past that with just the skull pounder. Doof!
That was a nasty shot, man. I mean, yeah, that's a nasty shot and also a pivotal shot in a moneymaker. It was in the moneymaker and for a lot of money. Really well done. He's like, and that's how you use the Nova. That's what he said to them.
I taught you guys.
I taught you guys how to use the Nova.
It's the head. Get them in the head.
Should call it Super, right? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Wow, what a name.
Electronic flash into short. It's going to meet 0 resistance. I think Olaf's been cheeky in his timing of kind of prying into short. He's found up a couple kills. See if he can do it once more. He's being primed off the teammate's flash. Oh, through the wall.
They do this. They do the flash for Olaf to push and get the kill. Nico's just suppressing fire from behind the boost, and he gets the instant headshot. Are you serious?
Sometimes this game's just not fair.
Lined up nicely. Easy 5v4. These opening kills do seem to be important. Both teams not playing all that sloppy, just FaZe Clan just playing extremely well. And I think it's just one of those games where it's like Olaf's lighting it up, then, you know, a whole different FaZe Clan is what you're in store for.
Edward could, I was going to say, unknowingly be walking into death, but it's smoked off. Simple's going to try to crack this A site from the side as his team primes themselves on the B split. But don't forget about Olaf's position. He's pushed up into the short water.
Yeah, I love the coverage from the CTs right now. They're still holding on to front bathrooms. It's only about the first 30%, but Olaf is here at short B as well. So they're going to get lots of info early, and there's only 15 seconds.
Yeah, dangerous time to be playing with. Simple frag for Olaf. Simple's then just behind him, that op completely cut off, and they do clear the B side at the very least, but heaven's the issue. It's Nico with 2 kills off the M4, and Simple has to tuck tail. They cut them off at B, not allowing that split to happen, putting all of the pressure and responsibility onto the monster players, and even though they got the first piece of the puzzle by clearing the site, Nico arrived so swiftly.
Dude, they don't even think they can cross short now. They're worried about Olaf. Is he gonna push up, or is he gonna stay in his position? The first kill makes things easy, but the way they held on to map control is masterful, and it's up to Na'Vi to try to just get back a lot of these parts of the maps, and they could not do it. They, again, went B without having front bathroom control into short B that Olaf had, and he didn't need help from that spot. Once you've established that you're that late into the round, you don't have to worry about too many nades if you're Olaf. Nope. You know someone's going to swing open the door. You might have to dodge one flash. You're probably going to get a kill, especially if there's less time left on the clock, because they're going to skip some angles, and you saw them just jump over the railing. If there was a minute left, they don't jump over the railing. They come and clear you properly because they've got nothing else to worry about. But people got things to do when the clock gets that low, and that's how you know Olaf felt safe.
I think that's one of the things that we were praising Faze's, and we'll see them once they switch to the T side, setups and defaults on Overpass, right? Is that they were fully informed on their executes when they hit that 30-second mark. And this is a prime example of Na'Vi being primed for a mid-round to, you know, late execute, but not having all the pieces of the puzzle. No short control. Olaf just tucked away, ready to strike, and he does his job so well. It's beautiful when you see a player who gets a good opportunity and then he makes it work like that.
That's just it. You know, stark contrast. FaZe were always working. They would never execute to B without short control, or to A without bathroom control. Even though it came late, they had the liberty to take that time. And now it's back to pistols. They do have the op on Simple, who was able to recycle it from last round. 4 players moving out to the A site. 1 in stairs. They're tethering off of him. Rain has been great forward bathrooms. He's played a lot more passively recently, and it seems like it's working out. More of this kind of like Gabi location outside with the smoke. A teammate back on the site, and that's in Guardian, a great tag team duo.
I love watching the two of them play A on Overpass.
Yeah.
It's a nice dynamic. And it's crazy as well because Rain is such a good B pit player.
There it is.
But working in unison with Guardian.
Rain's got a lot to do. Look for boosts. Think about these next 15 seconds, how the T's are going to try to surround him. It's a really dangerous spot because they know where he is, but he's got Guardian in the back. But the thing is, Guardian can have his attention taken away from Long as well.
Yeah, but right now Edward is at a bit of a distance. Rain's going to get softened up, and even close drops Electronic. Now Guardian's down, and Flamey has gotten himself a second. Very good work with that deagle into the site. Nico just stampedes towards Optimus Prime, tries to flick back towards Edward, gets it. So he has effectively cut off the rest of the T's, and they are being boxed in very quickly. Olaf coming in through smoke could stop Flamey, but instead will buy his time. And Zeus is not going to be able to protect much with just 12 HP.
Ooh,
or can he?
Damn, dude.
Instantaneous headshot. Here comes Adrian. 2 backs turn. Simple now has that warning, though. And Simple on 38 health is fine enough.
Good
Flash
spot.
to the right, peek to the left. Long player's got him cut down, but Adrian's still going. It is just Simple, and the Ops not on cycle. Can't bait out the shot. Instead, he'll be dropped. It's Navi with a third.
That's dirty from Adrian. Really nice attempt, but also Simple for not biting on that shoulder peak.
Yeah.
There was times there, you know, that's when it gets really intense. Is he going to commit to this one? Should I shoot now? If he does, then Adrian can move into a better position and jock for it with ease, but he couldn't do that. So super good 1v1 from Simple. Close round though. Zeus, oy vey, and this couldn't lock down that kill. The first one came nicely. That was sick.
You think that was his reaction to him getting that headshot?
I hope not, because I think he took his mouse
How
hand.
did I?
So his mouse or his keyboard hand, either one would be bad. But just like that, pistols for FaZe Clan. So it looks like Navi kept it competitive enough to force FaZe Clan to save. I wonder if they're going to have to save twice. Push on a short B, Electronic. So timing here. Oh.
Nice. Keeps his attention turned forward. Topples a couple bodies for it. There's the third one. One-man show in the anti-eco. If Navi can keep up 5, then they are viably staring a tied game in the face.
Yeah, they do. FaZe will have another buy, so it's not so bad that they have to double save. Again, less and less of those these days. But Navi win the round 5 alive. Really nice 2 ops. Flamey can hold on to it, I suppose, if he wants to. Your mobility is drastically decreased, but I think in a team-based situation, it's more understood how quickly you need to move with the op. I don't know how they're going to employ it. I think they need to use it as a gimmick strat where they have Simple opping normally. Hopefully he gets his opening kill, and that just opens up Flamey to get a kill outside of Monster.
Yeah.
That's a potential play they can make. Another one is him working in stairs solo, anywhere that he's safe. And it looks like, yeah, Simple's going to go out to fight Guardian one more time to see if he's there, and Flamey's going to be waiting at Monster for that callless peek outside of Monster that may come out.
Flamey had a very difficult previous round versus Liquid, and for a lot of that, he was sitting on this op. You know, questionably so at times. See if it works. He's going to reposition.
They don't squeeze the kill out just yet. 2 CTs are in the stairs. And this seems like a very safe way for FaZe to play this round. Not sure how much information they have, but they're making a very informed decision about this play. They're going to force Navi to try to execute, not looking for any map control. But they don't need to go back and get short control if they're not going to lose a kill. And they do have backup in stairs, so they don't even have to have player pushed up in bathrooms. And the bomb goes first and goes down first. Guardian's not been known either. Smoked out as well. So they're going to rush this peak. And Simple, wins the duel.
Rain's still in here, though. Simple trying to set up.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
All right. Looks like he was back around the corner, but Rain will still get one. That was a 3-player pinch, so to no surprise, he does die, and there is an opening on the A site, but Edward, that's not a favorable duel. The dumpster's great cover for Nico Zump.
Just the
Flash over top. Gonna slow down the T's slightly. Double Molotov in. Nico's position's not compromised. He's still just gonna hold off on the cross. Dabbles with the corner. Pushes Flamey to the clutch. His ops come up empty. And so, we've got FaZe back on the board. 7-4.
sick stuff. Kill a piece in the 3v3. And I was thinking really interesting mid-round. Nico as a first rotator to TD spawn with a UMP is at a disadvantage. Edwards poured into the site in a situation like that in the past and then was able to get a kill. This time, not so much. Good kill from Simple to try to clean up. Smart of him to clear the top of the top where Guardian was. Clearly was informed about what positions he may play. And yeah, overall, it was kind of by the skin of their teeth, but at the same time, they had a good idea of what was going on. Zeus extremely frustrated right now. You can see why. These rounds are so close, actually, and it's been a hell of a competitive game so far. The double op setup did not amount to anything, and that can happen. I think as a gimmick round, totally viable. Try to get that one, maybe drop the op after you win that round, because you're not gonna be able to pull off a squeeze play like that twice. But yeah, and now they can still afford the one op, which is fine. And it doesn't look like Faze are going to abuse the two that were knocked down, because Flamey was in position to have that op scooped up. No one else on Faze intent on using it. Not a lot of monster plays in general in the Overpass games we've seen so far, which is quite interesting and kind of refreshing. So I don't know if that's going to be employed later on in the half, or if it's teams are getting way too good at defending it.
Still got a bit of time for it. Round 12 underway. Electronic's been so consistent in the short B play. Right now he's going to get flashed in. Olaf fully blind. Good team play from Na'Vi. Frag grenade off the bounce. Adrian not compromised yet, but will have Zeus push right past. Blinded in the process. So we are back into the 4v4.
Was that a team counter? Was that his team's counter flash?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh wait, no.
In front of the smoke?
I think it was Navi's own flash.
Okay, well that makes things a whole lot worse.
Zeus trying to react to that player up close and eats, I believe, Flamey's flashbang.
Came out of the smoke a bit too early.
Yikes. Bomb carrier solo on Simple. He's playing bathrooms as the team does start to execute into B. Na'Vi just trying to pull the numbers off. And Simple does still have a great opening because Rain has pushed past him on bathrooms, and the bomb site player Guardian has actually gone downward. So Simple has a huge opening.
Holy smokes. And he's made his way out.
And he saw him. Okay, gets the kill on Rain. This entire A site is his to play. Electronic looking to cut off Nico, but he is down. This is essentially a simple 1v4. He got that connector player. He's given some space, and he knows there's timing where he can go for an additional kill before all of the CTs get in here. But he's given himself up by firing. The pre-fire. So close to the skull of Guardian. Simple starting to get caged in. Gets that first one. Here comes Adrian. Not a favorable duel, but he's going to win it. Simple goes wide, trying to continue with the 1v1s. Probably figures that's his best chance at cutting down numbers, and he just can't win it out.
He's been pristine at aim mapping at Adrian, I say, and gets the 3 kills on that round. The fake is cute, but if they don't get kills on the B side, it almost doesn't matter. As you can see, it's just such a lopsided advantage for Faze, and they could lose. You know, Simple in a situation like that with enough space is a true genius. But even in that situation, I mean, with Faze playing well, you're not going to lose that round very many times. So again, all of these players getting cut down, putting Simple in a very tough position. I mean, even if that 1 kill went down on short B, then it's a 2v2 when Simple gets the first kill. And then even if Adrian wins the duel, it's a situation where Na'Vi can win. They have the bomb down. So,
single AK play for Simple yet again. Wow, that is a 95 damage grenade.
Almost, yeah, almost perfect. Nuts.
Electronic left in shambles.
This is pretty intense.
Last 3 rounds of the half. 4 rounds currently the difference.
He's going to be heard. But that was understood anyway, so sometimes a flash from there won't actually tell you that much more.
He's going to go in on this. Rain getting 1 kill towards bathrooms. Wants himself another. Got to be careful. His magazine half depleted. Gets the fresh reload in as Nico gives him cover.
Look how hard this is for the T's. They can't come out bathrooms and they have to worry about a crossfire the entire time if they don't take this part of the map in front of the smoke.
Just bounces back with the CZ. Nico, who's meant to set up Rain, gets caught in the process. Bomb on Simple's back yet again. You know, looking to play these solo setups. He does have his AK and finds Olaf in the open, but a smidgen of Adrian comes around that box. Bomb dropped. 2v3 with just pistols on low HP. Na'Vi not looking good here in the 13th round.
Just Simple basically running these bait setups in these last 2 rounds. Totally fine. I mean, they're only buying 1 AK for him in that last situation. They put him in a situation to clutch. His teammates had to get more kills, but basically nobody delivered, and that's why Faze have such a huge round discrepancy right now. They are, again, solid on CD side. We saw what they can do on T side. There's so much more in store for you guys in the second half, especially for if you're a FaZe fan, honestly. And FaZe, again, 2-1 so far after these last 2 games. It's going to be one of their harder matchups, obviously. But they've only lost to... They've already lost to... Oh, wait, it was Na'Vi who lost to Liquid and Astralis and then beat MIBR? Or is it FaZe? Oh, we'll go ahead and check that out as you take us through.
Take control of what is a full gun round now. So no longer will we have to watch Simple play the one-man show. Like those weird musicians in the subway stations. I never trust a man who plays more.
You know they have to audition for those spots, by the way.
Really?
Yes, and they have to pay.
Well, imagine if we had to pay to be here. I'd still do it. I'd still do it. Electronics going to take more frag grenade damage, down to 56. Poor guy can't catch a break. He's been having a tough job of maintaining short as of late. Olaf has been very happy to take these duels. Even tries this time, but doubles back, not wanting to give away the opening kill. We sit even 5v5. Rain ready to pounce down on mid if needed. Simple's going to be that front runner through the bathrooms with 2 players behind him and an anchor on long. That's Edward. But Edward could fall to the op of Guardian, because as Rain has sat here alone for a while, Guardian decides not to play the bomb site, but rather push forward. Why? Because Nico's done the same thing here towards bathrooms, so they can still support from both sides, but Nico dies to Simple. He almost opened up shop onto Flamey. Can't finish the frag. And now we're going to get this weird mid-round situation where bombs doubling back to the B site. We have Rain coming down from bathrooms. Simple's amidst the CTs. Oh, this is going to be an awkward crunch. But if they prioritize short control, then they could very well do this. We're going to have FaZe Clan very much stuck in pit, but Olaf takes 3. And Adrian with the last one. It's a clean sweep from FaZe. Double digits on the board.
Absolutely clotheslined. That's a one way to end or to win 10 rounds. That was really clean stuff. And again, that double like kind of dedicated B setup. Everything, if you would imagine it, so you look where Olaf is facing, everything to him and the left of him is considered dedicated B because you might need a smoke to cross in the late round to get past short. And everything else is kind of a retake spot. You play in pit, sometimes you let the smokes go down. So that means that FaZe Clan are like fairly sure that it's going to be a B hit, meaning you already kind of give them that advantage. And then they just have to come through with the deliverables, the easy headshots, and they do that. So, again, firing on all cylinders, looking hot right now. Really good. And Simple back on the Nova. We've seen what we can do with this, especially at B.
Fully blinded, Electronic falls. Edward, man, poor Edward. He's just going to try to run in with that flurry of flashes. Doesn't work out to his favor. Huge damage done back here to the T's. And Simple rattling off the CZ's flank. So, FaZe finish on fire twice. So, no, that was the other game. Just once here in the first half. The last 5 rounds, all theirs. So, even though it seemed like Na'Vi were coming back into that half, coincidentally enough, we've got FaZe with the final 5.
Another game where it maybe looks close in spots in the half, but overall FaZe look fairly solid and just only got more solid as the half went on. So, you know, I mean, they're in that half. I feel like Olaf was just such a big star on his rifle kills, denying the entries on short. Yeah. Such a monster performance from him. And even on a round where he absolutely just like straight up lost the duel, they still won the round. And that's because they had Rain, who was always hitting his shots, Guardian, who was doing great, you know, won a significant op duel versus Simple early on, as well as just helped out Rain in spots, you know, when he came out of stairs and came up to the A site in the middle of the half. Like lots of rounds where A and B looked impregnable. There was no problem for the CTs to just hold based on their firepower alone.
Had to give that praise to Olaf as well. I mean, the amount of times he was just prying into short B, really making Electronics' job very difficult, whether that be with frags or the team flashes. It was all there. And that's why Adrian actually tops the scoreboard at the end of the half, because it's that B site defense that was looking so stellar. And we didn't really see that tested versus Cloud9 earlier. It was very much, you know, the Guardian Rain show at the A site. It's cool complex to see that, of course, both sides of the CT side are working for Faze. So in terms of their overpass, we have to say today's great for them.
Yeah.
And this T side could be a very real treat once it gets going.
No, honestly, I thought, maybe it was a flash in the pan versus Cloud9.
Right.
We're not going to see that performance again, especially versus a way better team who are on point like Na'Vi. But now we can kind of see why it is 2-1 Faze and 1-2 for Na'Vi, and why it may be 3-1 for Faze, kind of leaving them in contention to taking a Strawless' spot in the finals.
1-3 Na'Vi. It's not what you'd expect coming out of Star Series.
No, I mean, they haven't been easy matches, and especially if Faze are going to show up. They're a team that, like when we were talking about it on our media day, that Faze are maybe a dark horse, but probably, far and away worse than both Liquid or Na'Vi.
Right. Now they could have been, and I would have still put them behind like ninjas in pajamas.
I, of course, after having casted so many
blasts,
not a
with
single
Nip.
blast without
Right.
Nip.
Yeah.
Assumed that they were here. But and then Zonic tweeted at me and said, actually, NIP are not at this LAN that you were talking about them
But you were
being
just-
at. But in the
testing
hotel
everyone.
lobby, he did make me feel better by saying that when he was writing up the veto, he included NIP because he thought they were going to be here as well.
Yeah, it's odd to have a blast without Nip. I wonder where they would fit in this form, because I think we do have this shuffling of form with our teams this event. If you'd asked me after yesterday, I was going to say that Cloud9 were the team that kind of raised their bar more than anyone would have expected. They kind of exceeded expectations and then some. But that has coincidentally fallen flat in the first round of today.
It's kind of a good format for a brand new team just because the best of ones. So they definitely play a map they're comfortable on, but that makes it way better to watch. And that doesn't necessarily mean they'll win. In fact, we're seeing like Cloud9 have not won a match. So even though they look better, they still don't win, which is kind of the best of both worlds. They don't just get stomped in a best of 3 and look stupid on one map, and then come close but don't win the next one as well. And so yeah, Faze on fire after the end of that half, 11-4. Na'Vi have a lot of work to do here, and we saw what FaZe Clan's T side looked like. It was very slow. It was very methodical. There was no monster rushes. That's right, I repeat, no monster rushes versus Cloud9 on a single one after the end of the half. And they started on T side, so they played all 15 rounds. It's basically just like them being straight up confident and careful and slow.
Guardian was
and productive though, and productive. They were always working on something.
always working on something, but always working on everything. Again, never going into a site execute late round without having all of the map control they would need. There was never that asterisk next to a piece of it. But here we go, right into the B site. Olaf's gonna open up shop quick. Zeus has a chance to, well, do anything at all. Here comes Edward, cleared from graffiti. And that's 3 frags for FaZe Clan immediately on the entry. That's how you put the nail in the coffin. But, well, here's the Gravekeeper. Simple, walks out. Electronic by his side, and both die to the P250 of Nico.
Hey man, if it's gonna end quick is maybe better. That's a super fast pistol round win for FaZe Clan. I don't remember if it was flawless or if they even won both pistols versus Cloud9. Distinctly remember them winning at least one, but at least in this game they have taken both and looked really good in the first round as well as this one, round 16. So I'm definitely pressed at the moment. Certainly Na'Vi are taken aback by how quickly they moved into the B site. I'm sure for Nico, calling, keeping it simple is where he wants to be. It's less stressful for him, but I doubt we're going to see that many rushes on this side based on what we see in the last map.
Wow. Later, Zeus. Zeus has played 2 CT rounds and probably lived for about 10 seconds combined. Just gets dumpstered on that B bomb site.
There's no one shining really here for Na'Vi. Electronic and Simple, 9 and 10 kills. And everyone's kind of around there. Edward's only got 3, but everyone's just, they've only got 4 rounds, so that makes sense. But nobody's in hero mode right now. I don't think that would save them, though, at the same time. I mean, a lot of people are getting shot in the back. There's a lot of good setups here from FaZe that are the most important thing for them. And now in the Antigo, they're going to execute into an open site, or at least they thought for a second. This Guardian set up that smoke. Maybe they come back to this. It seems like they're scouting for a lot of information. They cleared a headshot, a spam to try to bait a peek out, the reload to try to bait a peek out too. It's a big difference between spamming 15 bullets or spamming every single one of your bullets plus reloading in terms of what you can get in terms of movement from the CTs, especially if you're boosted in a less common position.
Well, no matter how many bullets they shoot, nothing will happen to the B site because there's nothing here. Completely empty. Love the graffiti smokes. Really screws over any kind of passive setup. Some teams on ecos like this will just let them in and then catch them in no man's land. It's so tough to get off that B site at times. Especially if you're being pinned down from, say, a scout in heaven. I mean, we saw FaZe literally do that themselves with Guardian up there. But here's another one, Flamey down. So let's see if FaZe can do it flawless.
In and out. Simple jump, or Electronic jumps up quietly. Edward. Chance here for a kill, but again, quiet on the server. Not going to be easy to flank anybody in this situation. And at least the UMP is recovered, but it's also going to get caught falling back. So Electronic tries to reload his secondary. Edward will now be pushed and is probably just thinking about saving best he can. And he'll at least do that. But FaZe Clan, again, continuing their streak from the first half of now run 7 rounds in a row and have another round where Na'Vi will only have pistols. Electronics actually had 98 ADR, so that, that's pretty fantastic. Like, the kills are close, but this is why ADR is so much better than your KDA. I mean, that tells a whole different story, right?
Yep. 100%. Considering he's still up there as well, being, I would say, like, one of the most bullied players in the first half, the amount of times he would come out this short tunnel and be met by aggression, like, good on him. He had a tough job, constant front runner, but damn, Nico, and hot damn simple.
Okay, yeah.
Deagle takes one back. We've got these CTs stacked up on the B site, and they've gotten themselves another kill.
Nice.
AK chucked over to Simple, and he has Kevlar.
Oh, I thought, okay. Edward was a bit farther away.
Luckily that frag, it got behind the door. The door next to the exit.
Adrian's going to hear some movement. There's a flurry of footsteps in the B site. And now they've got the CTs to spread apart. They're actually kind of gambling on A in this situation. They think FaZe are making the big rotate around, but they've been smart about this. They've stayed patient, and they, at this point, don't want to waste too much time. Getting in would be a great idea. Adrian maybe wants to close the door just so they know, and then he can be an extra man in the site. Smoke's going to go up. Door's going to stay open. Rotates are in. 2 smoke. 3. Oh, they've got all 3. They got the full execute going on, so they're going to ahead and go for the boost, but this looks like a pretty promising round for FaZe. They'll definitely clear this, you want to say, yeah.
Na'Vi actually not going to hold on to it forever. They do have a player coming in from short. Expected by Olaf, but now with the spam going out, they know the biggest threat is on Graffiti, no doubt. Galil watches the high road. Electronic's going to start tapping away, but remember, Guardian actually has a player just behind him. That's going to be Adrian. Mac 10 sealed in the pit, trades back, and it is Olaf versus Zeus. Zeus's Deagle trudges along, and Olaf flicks down for him. Tagged up by Adrian, finished by Olaf. FaZe continue to 14.
That was sick. Olaf, just small play there, decided to run back and then crouch back fast to make it seem like he was making a panic play to escape in a monster, and that was enough to pull Zeus forward fast, knowing that he had to clean up the kill as quickly as possible with the time ticking down, not having a kit on him. Now, in this round, there was a couple of crazy kills, but man, really good stuff from FaZe. I mean, FaZe are a team that just seem to fall apart in moments like that. I mean, a lot of events we see, especially when they're slumping, they just get in their own heads maybe, and then their communication drops, and then they aren't able to win clutches or man disadvantaged situations. They did the perfect play. They stayed passive, made a good read on the situation, re-aggressed, had 3 smokes for the exact execute they needed to, and then once they got in, played the mid round and from that point, or the post plan, excuse me, properly. As you pointed out, the bait setup with Nico or with Guardian and Pit was awesome. That got Guardian and Adrian a kill each, and now FaZe are on 14, and we're seeing kind of Na'Vi mirroring the setup here of Rain in that first half outside of the bathrooms. Not an uncommon position to play though. And they haven't actually fully cleared this out. Good that Electronic has kind of stayed patient and composed here. Opportunity for him to fast flank, but it is just Edward and one other man inside B.
Yeah, Flamey. Just got that AUG. Both of them on monster side. Very good potential for Olaf once that smoke fades to hit them both. But there's a third piece in the puzzle. Yeah. Simple.
The audible. Now let's see where the bomb goes. I mean, Nico's definitely going to share this information.
That was a good flash. But a smoke comes. Oh, and he loses a teammate. Electronic.
That was outside the opening kill. Yeah. So they've shaken this up. They know there's 3B, 100%. They saw the double peek on the outside. They heard that Simple rotated in. don't know if they still want to move on this, but it looks like 15 seconds. They don't have any other choice.
Nope.
Oh,
Down goes Simple. Nico
that's
keeps
huge.
him pinned, and 2 CTs in the open. Fine. Fine. As the T's arrive, they gun them down. Guardian finds no footing. This is Na'Vi with a 5th round. FaZe Clan not going to win just yet, and the flames finally extinguished. That was now, what, 7 rounds in a row? Finally put to a close.
So that's a round where, even though they took so long to get in, Na'Vi kept it so complicated for them. The kill that came out late maybe was the one that would have brought them back to A. But look, Adrian dies up at balloons, and then they're like, okay, now we can't go back to A. So there's 15 seconds left. They heard the 3rd rotate in. They really know that they've made their bed, and they have to kill 3 people in the site. So in one sense, they are working. They get a lot of information. On the other, they're still forced into a bad decision because Electronic makes a heads-up play. So now they're going for a boost. Guardian got a little smile on his face. Don't know if it was dropped once, but he lands it. And the train's going to delay things. Nobody's going to be peeking out of heaven quite yet, but it feels like he's got his... The CTs are prepared, at least, for the thought that this might come out.
Ooh, that one other player not on the boost as well dies, so that kind of puts your guard down. Or takes your guard down.
I'm fine with puts.
Yeah?
Yeah, both are good.
But it also, in the same time, puts their guard up because now they're more cautious.
Okay.
So you see what weird position I put myself in?
Right, I'm going to allow you to contradict yourself here.
I think we've dug ourselves out. One of 2 deagles in the hands of Rain. The other belongs to Nico. That solo op Guardian front runner towards the A site. There's a very real chance that he drops Electronic. And that would just leave A gaping. Oh, but he takes his chance, flies back. Gets himself on site. Now that long A control from Simple, that's going to be a nice piece for Na'Vi to work with. They've got the remaining T's boxed in.
This pick could mean the world. It is just pistols behind the op. But Guardian killing Dicebox could be monumental. Oh, however, as I say that, a flank is in.
Nice. Spray control gets the headshot, and Simple's flank will finalize the round. That's Na'Vi to 6. We're 20 rounds done. A potential 10 to go.
It is, and there looks like there will be another save in this situation. In terms of loss bonus, they're not looking super hot, so I don't know how much money they'll feel like they can spend. They can maybe upgrade pistols at the very most, save their good strat for next round. I feel like another B play is what we're in store for when they save up enough money. If I were Na'Vi, I think I would call out, like, in the early round. They've had success before because well, the 2 rounds they went were pistol and the anti-eco, so maybe they don't have enough info to do that on the rifle round, but I feel like they need to pick a better time and to go B if they want to. Not that super late round execute, but a point in between where Na'Vi have overstacked A site, and then that's where they can get in with the wall smokes, because I think they're very confident in the execute. They like working on short B, and again, super interested in what happens next round. Did Electronic not have head armor?
Rocked by the Glock. But the op of Simple is going to be good enough to trade this one back. Still, there is this heavy presence from FaZe Clan just on the other side of the smoke. A site is where they'd like to sink their teeth into. Zeus will use this opportunity to just run down long, and all the while, just like the previous round, they're boxing in what remains of FaZe. They've got nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, except for forward. If they can somehow best Simple, who is doing a good job of keeping himself safe, just jump spotting off of Dumpster, waiting for Zeus to get into position, but Zeus doesn't get the kill immediately. Puts himself in a prime spot, takes some damage, but Edward is here to help, and Rain, who does move forward, has lost himself that bomb. So it's gone. Na'Vi, 7 rounds, still half of that of FaZe, but at least they're starting to piece together a CT side here.
Somewhat, yeah. It's just a couple of anti-ecos. At least one really good rifle round. They can look back on that one fondly. Guardian picking up the op one more time. And so what's in store here for FaZe Clan? What are they thinking maybe? They know they've had variable success on B, but it's not been on those meaty rifle rounds, so that's up in the air. We know that they, versus Cloud9, did a lot of A stuff, slow defaults in that direction, and here they haven't been messing around with bathrooms too much. There's still options for them to explore that, and also, you know, stair split on bathrooms to clear out stuff is obviously something you do very commonly. Now, Guardian trades with Electronic on damage, which almost favors the op, I want to say, because he can maybe get one more shot, which could result in a kill and not a death. And looks like in this early round, Na'Vi come out a bit ahead. They also do some damage to Nico, which is nice. Lots worked on here. Now, with all of this to go, they have, here's a moment where I'd say take this, execute on B a little bit faster than you normally would, so it's not so obvious for Faze, or for Na'Vi, and give that an attempt, because it's one of the more utility-heavy rounds that you're going to have to work with, and you don't want to have to make a decision later on that you want to try that on a rifle round when you have a lot less money for that utility.
I'd say it would have gone really nicely as well when you had these CTs kind of just unloading what they had. You know, how many guys are spamming shots? How many are throwing out their nades? But now that they have surpassed that moment, you can see how, you know, the tension sets back in. Na'Vi more prepared for an eventual execution. Guardian with a good chance at peeling Zeus from the A site, but misses his first shot. And now with the smoke in his face, it gets no easier.
35 seconds there, moving towards A to clear out bathrooms. They saw that Simple's jump spotting. Maybe they're thinking nobody's up close, but they seem to be aware of the threat of electronic. Adrian also has some long control, but he's only got one grenade. They've got 2 smokes to work with. This is going to be very bare bones to go up against an op with.
Oh man, 15-second hit. Here we go. Simple. Gonna have to fall back behind smoke. Zeus left alone. He gets himself 2. They turn. And that's easy for Zeus, who tries for a third, but Adrian will still get him. So Simple now put in question from many a direction. He's dropped. Not. Still up, and Na'Vi win the round. No plant coming in from Faze. Now they need to survive. Just one dying after time, and Olaf. What the hell is that round?
It's just such a rickety execute that you're scared of angles that you never practice for, right? You're low on smokes, and you know that Simple could be up around the dice box. He could be in bank, cutting off an angle, and suddenly when you go to clear the site now, like, you realize there's 2 people on the site, Rifle gets 2 kills, you're thrown into disarray, and then you have to work on everything you talked about before that with Simple in the back lines, probably not even smoked off because he's now confident to peak because Zeus got kills. Well, that's a whole different ball game. I think they had enough time to go for the A execute like they'd like to. I just feel like maybe they were a little bit light on utility by the time that needed to come around. So if they sped that up, they were throwing less utility, kind of, and were a little bit more sparing about it, then maybe they would have been set up better to execute on A. But I feel like they needed one more smoke at least, if not a Molotov for back dice box to really give them a level of comfortability when pushing into the site. At least Adrian gets that trade on long, but Zeus getting the 2-piece. I mean, that's what's really important.
I like that we did have Adrian kind of set up for that long A, because there's a lot of reactions out of Na'Vi on this A site that come with a long push in the execute. You know, as Faze are prioritizing bathrooms, Na'Vi are trying to just slip behind them with long. It's worked out twice. We talked about those rounds where Faze get boxed in. Good attempt at trying to prevent it, but Olaf, how does he manage that?
Yeah, well, Rain slowed him down with the spam through the wall, and then Olaf just comes swinging around the angle like, I just need this kill right now, so please give it to me. Now, they don't have great guns, but they have upgraded one. Or, I'm not sure, maybe Olaf did not. Yeah, that AK fell a little bit too far back. And it looks like Rain only had the MAC-10. So maybe if they go B, there's the opportunity to get a gun early, which is something that's going to be a point of contention for both teams. Na'Vi realized that they can use this as bait. It kind of changes the meta of the round a little bit more. Does this make B more tantalizing, or does it make B more obvious?
Electronic with that A plate. Gonna find himself very much alone for the moment. 40 seconds, so not down to the bare minimum. Waiting for the smoke to fade, that's when they're going to make their move. And the CTs, well, they're still well equipped. 2 Molotovs down here on this B site. Out goes one. Zeus holds the other. No way to keep them back from Monster with CT's positioned safely. Flamey, only one. Guardian's op fires off, responds, and Zeus trades, but the bomb plant's still down. Now, Olaf's denied, and Nico comes up. He comes up from the plant, gets himself more damage towards Simple, but he's desperate for a gun and desperate for an exit, which he won't find on his own terms. That is a 9th for Na'Vi.
Not too bad. I like the execute. It's a newbie execute that they use. It's not the back wall smokes. It's the 2 Molotovs first. They're trying to catch them in these positions. There wasn't a focus on Monster. Instead, I think they thought that they'd be in more rotator or flex positions, which they were closer to. And so I think it was the correct way to approach the site. But the trades were great for Na'Vi. They're really earning these rounds for sure. They've stopped now in AXQ, making FaZe look very confused on the AXQ, plus this B1, which was a new exec that they haven't had to deal with before. And now there's going to be another buy, back-to-back buys for FaZe Clan. So here's where they can really get creative, but it's one of their last chances. On the default. Up and above the stairs, working on long control. Simple will take first contact at long. He is now getting a little bit more space to shine. Let's see how much weight they put into a flash here. Enough.
Nice.
I have no idea if Simple was there. He didn't let an off shot go. Oh, no, he did actually.
Right, but they shouldn't anticipate Electronic, who's about to be flashed in. Or does Simple hold his utility? With Zeus going down in mid, Electronic's just left on his own.
Disgusting. And you can see, even though the flash doesn't work, it displaces your aim. Makes you recenter your mouse. That's going to mess you up, especially even a player like Electronic is not immune to that. And that's all you need sometimes.
I'll be fighting the 3v5. Still, body's getting closer. Simple, about to be blindsided if he's not cautious. Adrian's gonna go through fire, and the Flames, no problem. 2 headshots for him on the A site. It's gonna push Flamey to go save his AUG, but he's been heard. Olaf's going to hunt him. Down he goes. 15 finally found there by FaZe Clan. That is 5 rounds in a row for Na'Vi, so they get themselves on fire, and the flames quickly extinguished.
Yeah.
We are going to have ourselves a pause before Na'Vi try to make this 6-round comeback happen.
Yeah, and they have enough money to do it, but again, this could be the last round. Both teams have as much money as they need. And look at that flash. It's like a pinball machine. You know, you can bounce that flash just really hard. You don't even care how it bounces. You just know that the harder you throw it, the weirder you throw it, the more difficult it is going to be to dodge. And for Electronic, he's got to be able to flick there and back, knowing a peek is going to come out right after that. A very awkward fight to deal with. And so they do a good job of flashing both Simple off of his angle and then isolating Electronic and forcing him to take this individual fight with the flashbang, knowing that there's T's behind him as well. Just everything went really well for FaZe, and then, of course, Adrian, of all people, comes up into the A site, cleans the clocks of 2 players, allows them to get the bomb down, super clean stuff, and Simple seemed aware of his peek coming through the Molotov, but his shot goes a little wide. And honestly, I mean, Simple's not been amazing today. He's like, his negative KD so far is not the top player on the server. He has had the op a lot. It's obviously crazy to expect him to top frag every single game, but there's, you know, maybe a shot that was important. Okay, so there is a bit of a dispute. We don't know what the premise is, but they're talking things over right now, so I'm not exactly sure what went wrong. I don't want to delve into details unless we're, you know, positive.
Right. But it's definitely Na'Vi who want to reset this round. You could tell when Electronic died on long, he just like laughed about it and shook it off, so it will be replayed. So it seems.
No, I mean, that's 15-9.
That's right. We're just stuck here perpetually.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we've gone back. There could nice rewind. Yeah. We do it's Will Smith, and this is so the buy's gonna come out. I guess they agreed to a reset. You can see everyone was a little bit frustrated about that. It was a very clean round from FaZe. Don't exactly know what went wrong. I'm sorry, I can't inform you about this. If I hear about it, I'll let you know. But both teams agreed, so that's the way it's going to be. Maybe somebody's monitor, mouse, or brain disconnected before the match started, or the round started, and yeah, that can happen sometimes.
Brain disconnects?
Sometimes. Yeah, your Abdullah oblongata.
Oh my goodness.
Come apart, and then just like that, snaps, and then you gotta reset the round. It sucks. Happens all the time.
And here we go. Let's see if any heads get disconnected. Not off that first shot from Simple. Despite Guardian being heavily damaged. Look how passive the setup is for FaZe. Everybody's super far back. Don't blame them after Simple gets so aggressive.
Honestly, wouldn't be discontent if they ran back that same strategy. Taking long control went really well last time. They threw a great flash. Maybe Na'Vi haven't figured out how to deal with it. Simple with a thunderous shot into Rain's body, but through the wall it seems, or off the jump, I'm not sure. Maybe through the foliage on top. and it's not enough to get to net him a kill, but he's now back in that similar spot. However, significant damage advantage here for Na'Vi. Starting to even out here as Electronic moves into this more precarious position. We don't know if it'll get flushed out after the smoke goes up. But now the T's are starting to move down. Fast flank here from the CT. It's going to have to be great entries. A-site's overstacked.
Yeah, Electronics tucked away, gets the double spray.
Okay.
Third one, too. Zeus comes in with just 1 kill. That's shut down by Olaf. And man, you could literally see the changeup. Na'Vi last round, they had Electronics so far down in bathrooms. This time he's tucked in. And think of the amount of times Faze have been able to swing out from long and fight the player on Dicebox or Optimus Prime. There's never been a player tucked in that corner. And yet, boom. You throw in Electronic, you get some electricity. Gets himself that 4th kill on the round. Big play from him.
Nasty stuff. That was a replay of the last round in more ways than one, but Na'Vi were much more prepared this time around, so not sure if they expect a similar strategy, but look at this, the supersonic Electronic with the 3rd kill after just decimating the first 2. I mean, reaction time on point, and that definitely makes up for the last time he had to play that round, where he had to deal with a whole lot more. This time he gets the opportunity to get a drop on a T, and it's a FaZe Clan back on pistol, so that could have been a 15th in their favor, and instead we've got the half armor buy coming out. Looks like it might be something fast B. Edward gonna be pushing out, flash behind him potentially.
Whoa, gets himself the 2nd. Prolonged spray down, but the job's still done.
Yeah.
And now an AK stolen away by Nico.
Overstayed his welcome a little bit. He does get those 2 kills, that's big, but he gives up the AK. And it's not like that flash was going to last forever. So boost comes out, kill comes out as well. Simple. That's a big scalp to take.
Big time.
Edward's going to be a little bit worried now. Got those 2 kills, but he didn't call it quits.
They've got that connector control as well. Olaf put himself up there the moment Nico got that AK, prior to the boost, prior to the kill, and he almost gets himself another. Now, Flamey's just on full display at the moment, and he's found himself alone. Oh my, if FaZe bounce back on an eco round from an ace on Nico, it's a possibility here, Mohan.
Yeah, and they're going back to Monster. This is the perfect juggle around. Flamey's actually got some information. He's playing back now, 3v2. He knows there's only one person here. They can lead with the pistols. They're going to bait in. And Nico is going to be patient about the flank, so trusting his teammates to get these kills. And why wouldn't you? A couple of world-class players to do their due diligence.
Flamey's going to pop up ramp. His head shown, head taken clean off. And Electronic, who got himself a flurry of frags in the previous round, is now going to have to do it all under the pressure of a clutch. Starts off with a bomb carrier. That is Rain, holding an op. Olaf, that AK. And Nico, after having thrown away his first weapon, even gets his hand on an AUG. So you're talking 3 full-fledged Ts here, with armor, and even a flash to boot. But Electronic, anticipating a hard flank, is not going to get what he hopes for. Does have the kit if he wants to try and retake.
Economically speaking, if he feels like he can get kills, I would just go for them.
Yeah.
You can give up the AK, but you've got like a lot of money left over. FaZe they've lost a bunch of rounds, but that max loss bonus is not quite enough. Okay, take out an op maybe, and Nico, could he have lived at all? Did he have enough HP? I don't know. He did enough that round.
Right.
By a long shot. No, he only had 11 health, so I guess he was just making sure. I don't know. And yeah, so this game could potentially be wrapping up, honestly. It's insane. I mean, I'm going to put this one on Edward. He got the 2 kills, but then he not only went out to look for more kills, but he put the gun closer to the Ts than the CTs,
right,
to protect it. So he loses his life, he gives Nico the AK, and then Nico turns it into 3 frags, and Edward didn't have to do more than get 2 kills there. Very unsafe decision.
Oh, wow. Flamey manages still to get himself one, but he's caught, and that's 3 quick kills for FaZe Clan, a B site that begins to crumble, but Simple tries to put it back up brick by brick. He's the final piece of this. And he's just going to try to get sneaky. Jumps over top of the site, won't catch Adrian immediately. In fact, he had gotten Olaf, but Nico right thereafter. And that's it. FaZe Clan 16-10.
Yeah.
Hammering it home in the end. We had 6 rounds out of Na'Vi straight before FaZe Clan were able to bounce back onto that T-sided board. And once they got
rolling, they put it down and over.